€800. And Vincent Gavin, obviously happy to have won the pot, but there's a sense that he didn't really want to eliminate Jason, because as he's been saying throughout the tournament, he is a fan, he does admire Jason's play.
Yeah, I think he's a fan, but he's probably a bigger fan of the $500,000 chips than the ladder up.
Well, of course, as happens with all of the players when they're eliminated from our final table, they get to talk to Kara Scott. Let's see what Jason Mercier has to say for himself.
Out in 6th place is Jason Mercier, our American player. He was also our champion last season at EPT San Remo. You were one of the most active players when we got 9-handed, and then again at the earlier stages of the final table. Did you go card dead a little bit then?
Yeah, I was card dead all yesterday. I had ace king twice, ace queen once, and jacks once in 12 hours, and I was just making moves the whole time and picking out pots and losing coin flips.
Yeah, you couldn't seem to win a coin flip today.
Yeah, I was 1 for 8 on coin flips this tournament. I sucked out twice.
Yeah, that's poker, and you can't win a tournament if you're not going to win your coin flips, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, 6th place here today. Hopefully at some other point in the season we'll see you again on the final table. It's been a real pleasure watching you play. Thank you very much. Back to you guys in the commentary booth.
It has been a pleasure watching Jason Mercier play poker, that's for sure. And it's a pleasure watching Vincent Gavin, who is now up to 2.5 million in chips. We've had an email from Skippy in Galway. Vincent's been my boss for a good 3 years now, and I'm expecting to get that raise now. Take it down.
Yeah, if he takes it down, you may not see him again, Skippy. That's the potential downside.
But Skippy could then get a promotion, who knows? Nuts at eptlive.com for your emails. That's how you get in touch with us here at EPT Live. Nuts at eptlive.com. The email address is on your screen now. So we're 5-handed now.
You
have to say, Jason Mercier looked a bit like he'd been through the ringer there, didn't he? I mean, he was an exuberant presence at the table for most of yesterday, and also at the start of the final table today. By the end there, he was a little bit beat down by the tournament.
That's what this game does to you, isn't it?
Raises to 120,000.
Built on his reputation as one of the better tournament players on the circuit with this finish. He's one of our newer, brighter stars, no question.
So 120,000 was the raise from Ukela. Action is on Sebastian Ruthenberg, who's got 60,000 invested in the big blind.
Calls, 2 players,
and will call. It was the minimum raise.
Goes to the middle, and here is the flop. Flop is 8, king, 6.
It's a rainbow flop. 8,
check.
king, 6.
Drain check.
Goes check, check. The turn card.
Turn card 5.
There's a 5. Ruthenberg's counting out chips.
Yeah, like you said, we haven't seen him in action too much,
Sebastian
but
bets 140,000.
Still our second chip man. Second chip man. Don't know what that is. He's in second place.
Drain pass.
I got what you meant. It worked. It was a strange expression, but
shows a king. Its
meaning was understood.
Well, that's interesting. He showed a king, so checked a king on the flop. And showing cards is, you know, not always a great thing to do, but that's quite an interesting one because that'll get him more free cards in the future, so the players know he'll check top pair.
Confirmation of what Jason Mercier will receive for a 6th place finish. Next player out just under 300,000 euros. And as we keep saying, that winner taking 1.36 million. Who will that winner be? That's the question.
Drain pass.
It's going to be an all-in.
Daniele all-in. Fenton pass.
Ruthenberg saying, why can't I have a big hand at this point?
Davide pass. Daniele wins.
Blinds and antes go across the Italian.
Yeah, Sebastian looks like he's a little bit frustrated, and like I said, we haven't seen him action much, and he did have a big stack. You'd have to surmise that he's been pretty card dead this final table.
And this guy is doing such a phenomenal job of just clinging on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's managed to move up the money ladder with the elimination of Jason Mercier. Still short stacked, as is Davide Katai for that matter.
Daniele pass. Fenton race.
Fintan Gavin using those chips. Now he's got that phenomenal lead. We're going to see him get aggressive. We're going to see him put the pressure on the smaller stacks.
165,000.
But he's going to pick his spots carefully.
Sebastian pass. Davide pass.
Just the big blind. Jono Keller.
Gwen pass.
Yeah, and he wasn't afraid to put chips in the pot when he wasn't the big stack, so
no.
You'd only expect him to up his playing frequency, up the aggression.
And here's how they stand.
He's favourite at the moment, James.
Yeah, 2.5 million. Rothenberg 1.5, where he's been most of today, quite frankly. Keller just under $1 million, and those two short stacks, Katai and Matsia. I do get a sense that Fintan Gavin is genuinely enjoying himself. I mean, he says that he's really liked playing an EPT, he's liked the structure.
Davide,
but he's also having fun.
He absolutely is having fun.
Not sure the same can be said for Davide Katai.
No, it seems like it's been more arduous, doesn't it, just from his facial expressions.
Small blind pass, big blind pass.
He was all in there, but it gets through. Rakes in the blinds and antes.
Can't explain the sunglasses, so eyebrow that runs across. Because he's second hand in a row. Oh, anguished expression from Jono Keller, but he's going to pass.
Daniele pass.
The all-in is 770,000.
Fintan asking for a chip count.
And Fintan obviously has some kind of hand here. Fintan Gavin started his hand with 2.5 million chips, so this would cost him about a third of his stack.
I don't know if you heard that, Nick. He just said, I should gamble here.
Good gambling hand.
He says he's got a good gambling hand.
So that's either a suited connector or a pair of fives. Now that tells you something about Fintan Gavin's mentality. That tells you that as long as he's got big chips, he's probably going to take risks to knock players out. I mean, that would seem to have been his mentality from the start, that he's prepared to try and win this tournament.
771. 771, yeah.
It is quite a big all-in in terms of the chip stacks. Not so much in terms of the blinds. It's only about 13 big blinds. But it would change things substantially if Davide did double through.
I think I have to call. I think.
What does that mean? Be careful saying things like that.
Now he's saying, oh, he's got a really big hand.
771,000.
It's either a gambling hand or it's a really big hand.
Davide.
Oh, I don't know what to think now. Maybe.
Fintan.
maybe that's ace queen or ace jack, but ace queen you'd have thought he'd have called in very quickly.
Right, 60 in, so it's 7. Can we take in the ante? 7-11.